Alright, hello everybody. Welcome to First Attack. I'm James Chen. How's everybody going? I apologize. We have a little bit altered order this week. I had to pick up my parents from the airport, so I was unable to do it at the normal time. And so I'm going to do First Attack after Level 3 Focus today. So I know it's late for a lot of people, and I had an episode where I really wanted to go over some really important topics about like just beginning fighting game stuff, but I'm gonna save that for next week when I've had better chance to prepare and all this other stuff. So this week instead, if you remember last week, 2 weeks ago for the first episode of the season, I talked about that I was going to do a bunch of new segments. I was going to do 3 different segments. I was going to do the Ask jchensor segment. I was going to do the Why Are Fighter Games Hard segment. And I was also going to do something called Execution Corner. Now, one thing I want to say is that so far the Why Are Fighting Games Hard emails that I've been getting, again, you can send me emails at UltraChenTV@gmail.com on any of those 3s. Just put the subject line as Execution Corner, Why Are Video Games Hard, or Ask jchensor to get to the right segment. But so far, the Why Are Fighting Games Hard emails that I've been getting have been super fascinating to me. I love reading them. I love finding out what it is about these games that make people feel like they have so much trouble with it. So, keep those coming. But because I didn't really have a chance to sit down and prepare for this week's episode and such, I'm gonna just do really quick, probably like a shorter than normal session of Execution Corner stuff, and try to help people with tips on how to do a lot of the combos that they're having trouble with. Now, I'm totally down to do this at any difficulty level because I want you guys to mess me up. I want you to guys. I mean, don't do like completely impractical things like, oh, try to do this completely stupid high level execution combo that has no practical purpose whatsoever. I just want to see you do this because it'll be fun to watch you mess up. 1, I'm gonna do it eventually because I'm godlike at execution, right? 2, it's just not practical, right? So I want to focus on ways that I can help people get better at these games, and I want to do it with I do want difficult stuff, I do want simple and easy stuff, but basically I want stuff that you're actually having problems with that you would like to know how to do in actual combat. So again, send me emails with the subject line Execution Corner. I'll be glad to help you guys with that. The first one I'm going to start with here is from a player who's been having trouble with Marvel. And what he actually said to me is he wants to learn characters like Magneto, like Iron Man, but he's having trouble. He has good execution when it comes to the fly combos. He just, for some reason, has trouble actually connecting the flying combos. And I wasn't sure exactly what he meant, so I asked him for some more details, and what he told me, if I can find Iron Man here, was that he was having trouble specifically after the flying starts. So by the time he starts flying, so he can go up into the air, start the combo, but then once he gets up there, for some reason he can't keep the combo going after he starts flying. So what I want to do, guys, is kind of go over these combos and just kind of show you an idea of how you want to practice these things and how you want to learn how to deal with these issues. So let's go here real quick and let me change over for you guys so that we can see the game. Interesting. Hang on a second, guys. For some reason, one of my webcams is not on the right setting. Let's see if this will work here. Do you guys just see the home screen over there on here? For some unknown reason, it is not showing up properly. Why is it showing up as just the home screen when I have the game going on my screen? That's really awesome. Alright guys, let me see. Oh, I see here. This is, that's correct. Let's see here. It's these two webcam settings. That's fine. Sorry guys, I'm trying to figure out what's the situation here. Okay, it's black now. Now it's here again. That's really odd. I'm really going to have to figure out what the heck is going on with this. Hang on a second. For some unknown reason, it is showing the wrong thing. And I know it's outputting correctly. No, it's not frozen. It's just for some unknown reason, the image is not updating. Even though on my TV it's the correct image, so I know it's the right image coming out here. Man, that's really weird. Alright, let me do something really quick. Let's see if I can get this. Guys, hang on a second. I'm going to restart. Back here.
Yep, that is still running on my screen.
Okay, hey, what's going on, guys? Probably listened to us talking about Evil Ryu on being able to punish. But here we go. So we're live, and I've got the video going here. So just so you guys are, when you're tuning in here, basically what I was talking about was that you know, a lot of people are having trouble with little different things here. And so one of the things that a lot of people are having trouble with, the email that I just read to everybody, was that he's having trouble doing flying combos. And so what I'm going to do here is try to show you different things that you can do to help you get the flying combos going here. So let me read this email for you guys again. He basically said, I want to learn characters like Magneto and Iron Man. I have good execution, but when it comes to, let me go to training mode, but when it comes to the fly combos, I just can't get it. To me, it feels like I'm just mashing. Any help on why I can't seem to do these combos would be much appreciated. You know, and I asked him specifically, you know, was it just like hypergrav loops that you're having trouble with? Was he having trouble with, you know, is it the hits after flying? And he just basically said the hits after flying. Once he launches them up and he goes into the flying, he can't seem to connect it. So there's a couple of really interesting things about flying combos here. So let's just take a look at this really quick. So there, for example, I got the flying combo to work. Wow, I didn't think I was going to do it. But basically what happens is, one of the things that you really want to be careful about when you do flying combos is, if you guys remember, there was a video I did last year for Season 1 where I talked about launch height and all this kind of stuff. How you want to make sure you're at certain heights against the opponent and such. So what happens is that a lot of times, if you're too high, if you're higher than the opponent and you go into fly, sometimes it's really hard to connect because they don't fall fast enough. I mean, they fall too far, so you can't reach them. Magneto does not seem to have this problem, as I'm discovering right now. Let me see if I can do an example here with Doom. Right there. So there's a perfect example, right? So if I launch somebody up with Doom and I do medium, medium, and flying, I'm not going to be able to hit him with the medium button because medium, medium puts me too high up in the air. I am not going to... So what happens is, once I start flying, here's Doom, here's Virgil. Once I start flying, the flying animation is going to take some time. So Virgil's going to drop a little bit. If Virgil drops a little bit, I'm not going to be able to reach him anymore. So the key with a fly combo with Dr. Doom, for example, is you want to make sure that you're higher, that Virgil is higher than Dr. Doom. So if I start the flying when I'm at this position, he'll fall, and then I'll still be able to reach him with the medium. One of the ways to do that is to delay your super jump a little. So now I can connect, you see right there. So let me show you again if I go super jump right away. See, now I'm going to miss. But if I delay the launch a little bit, Now he's a little bit higher, so I should be able to get him with the follow-up. Alright, let's try this. Oops, that was a right-away super jump. Like that. See? Right there. And that only worked because I delayed my super jump and gave him the right height. Now, the interesting thing that I just found out here is that Magneto doesn't really seem to have this problem. It's pretty easy to catch him after he flies. But remember, the one thing when you actually start flying is that he has that little start up there. You see that little whirl that he does? And you can hear me hit the buttons. Listen to me hit the buttons. Let me see if you guys can hear this here. If you listen to me hit the buttons, you see that the first few buttons I hit, Magneto can't actually do anything, because during the flying animation, if you hit a button, you're not going to do anything because flying has startup. So what you want to learn to do, instead of just mashing it, mashing it's going to work. So if I do this, mashing it is going to work, but mashing in combos is generally not a good idea. What you really want to do, the best thing to do, is just learn this timing. So listen to my button taps again. Do you hear that? Memorize that rhythm. Bop, 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 bop. That rhythm, pop, pop. And see how I can get flying into short right away. But if I do it faster, so I said pop, pop. So that's the rhythm that works. Pop, pop. You see the short comes out. Now let's do it a little faster. Pop, pop. Pop, pop. Short's not going to come out, right? So that's not the rhythm that you want to remember. You want to remember pop, pop. So there's such a thing as too fast here. So if you launch, so basically what happens after that is once you launch him, keep that rhythm in mind. So medium, medium, bop, bop. See, same rhythm, same rhythm. I'm watching him going medium, medium, bop, bop. Okay, so that's the rhythm that you want to do. Oops. So there you go. That's how you get that started going there. And same thing is going to work with Iron Man. I don't know what his fly combos are. Let's see. Let's find out, shall we? So I got to launch to medium, medium. Okay. So same kind of thing, basically, except his fly. Oh, his fly is really fast too. Same timing. Pop, 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 pop. Right? Don't do it too fast. Learn the timing of it. So hit him, medium, medium, fly into jab. And learn the timing of that as much as possible. Like that. Now, there is obviously such a thing as doing it too slow. So if I'm going to launch the character like this, launch, medium, medium, and so that was good timing again. So let me do it a little bit slower. And that's when you get the opponent to flip out of there. So try to, it's really hard. I mean, I know I make a lot of references to rhythm, and rhythm is a very tough thing because it's just something that some people can do, and then there's just people out there who have no rhythm. I mean, seriously, it sounds like funny because that's DJ's win quote in Super Turbo. You know, your problem is you don't have any rhythm on, you know, but honestly, there are some people who have this problem, and so to be honest with you, it's muscle memory at this point. You just gotta just learn the muscle memory timing on there. And if you just do it too slow, so that's good, but if you do it too slow, so what happens is that even though you don't have any rhythm, you're implanting a rhythm into your muscles that's too slow. And you're going to find yourself doing this over and over and over again. You're like, why is this not working? Why can't I get this combo to work? And you're going to miss over and over and over again. It's because you've implanted this rhythm in here. Try to speed it up a little. Right there. So I sped it up a little and I can get the combo to connect now. And that's really kind of the main trick to it. Now, Iron Man's a little bit harder. So keep in mind this, okay? With Magneto has a very fortunate thing is that his jumping L reaches so far out, right? So what that actually allows him to do is it reaches really, really well. Iron Man, however, his jumping jab, look at this thing. The jumping jab's not very good at all. So it's going to be a little bit harder. In the corner, it'll probably be a little bit easier. because he's right there. And see, okay, perfect. I missed it twice in a row because I'm doing it too slow. So now I have to train myself to do it faster. See, I just mentally told myself to hit the jab a little bit quicker after flying, and that's what's gonna connect. And now here's the other thing too, is that, you know, once you start a flying combo, how do you know, like, what's the follow-up, right? Once you get the connection, you're like, oh, I've connected, and you've kind of forgotten what to do afterwards. That's okay. That's okay. It's fine to have that problem. And in fact, a lot of times when you practice combos, I really recommend breaking things down into small parts. Just practice this. That's it. So just practice launch, medium, fly, short. So practice. Here, let me turn on my display so you guys can see this. But just practice launch, medium, fly, light, medium, heavy. That's all you need to do. Just practice that much. And then you can worry about the follow-up afterwards. No, you know what? Passive Assassin it wasn't Passive Assassin. It's Oga Guard right there. Or who is it? Who is saying this? Oh, it's Cooter Ryan. He's basically saying that. He typed in the comments, said James Chen is calling Marvel Beat Mania. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with saying that. In fact, it's a great way to think about it, in that it really is kind of a rhythm game when you're trying to do a lot of these combos. And then I don't know what the follow-up is there for Magneto, but that's a great way to think about it. And it's perfect. Again, a lot of people are not good at rhythm games. Some people don't like rhythm games, but it's a great way to think about it. You know, if you're hitting two buttons like this and it keeps missing, so in other words, if I do this, oh geez, Magneto's fly combos are so easy. What the heck? Sorry. So if you keep doing that and they flip out of it, imagine the two bars in Beat Mania coming down like in this order, and you're hitting the second one too late. So just hit it earlier. Hit the buttons a little bit earlier like that. So that's the way that it works. And there is a reason why Desk is so good at combos, and that's because he is a musician, and that's one of the things that really helps him out. So definitely do not discount the concept of using rhythm to do combos. Ooh, cool. Nice. Okay, but yeah, so Fnatic, another great example right there. Another player, a strong musician, great combo, great execution. But that's a little bit of tip on how to do flying combos right there. Just learn to do, just try to time it and memorize that rhythm. Magneto's flying is so fast. Wow. Ooh, did my Xbox 360 just freeze on me? This is not a good sign. This is so not a good sign. Alright, guys, I'm going to take a break, and when I come back, I'm going to go through some other games if my 360 is not dead. I will be right back. Alright, welcome back, guys. I did not have the game music on for Marvel, so I apologize about that. But I'm back to First Attack. I'm doing my first execution corner today, and as you can see here, I have HD Remix running on right now. And I honestly thought he was trying to troll me, but Muffin Man, who is one of the prolific, proponents of Super Turbo, really wanted me to try this combo, and he says it's practical because you can easily hit confirm it after a chicken wing. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this for him.
Round one, fight!
What he wants to see is stand fierce into super. Oops.
Round one.
There we go. Stand fierce into super. Now, the interesting thing about this game is that in all other fighting games, after Super Turbo, it's become much easier to combo into Super. So what I'm actually doing is the standard quarter circle forward one time and hitting low forward kick in the middle of that, and then doing another quarter circle forward plus punch. Not going to work in this game because this game is kind of unforgiving. So in other words, if I want to do this, I actually do have to do quarter circle forward, and then in the second quarter circle forward, hit low forward and then hit punch. So that's how I'm going to be able to cancel into the Super. Now, as you'll see actually after this, I probably should have did the other one first before I did this one. Stand Fierce into Super, a lot of times, you could just do fast enough, and once you do it fast enough, you could just hit Stand Fierce and quickly input a super motion and get it out in time and get it to combo. It's not going to happen in Super Turbo because, again, the window to cancel a normal into a super very, very, very small. So how do you do this? How do you actually do this? Because if I tried to do, for example, quarter circle forward and then another quarter circle forward and then another quarter circle forward, I'm going to come out with super right away. If I try to hit Fierce in the middle of the second quarter circle forward, I'm going to come out with low Fierce instead. And what Muffin Man wants to see is he wants to see Stand Fierce into Super. So how are you going to do this? Logically, what is the way that you could actually do this combo? And the way that you do this combo is that Supers have a long leeway of code. Once you start the stereo is really off on this, but there's a window after you input the code. So I'm going to hit down forward. So I'm going to hit down forward punch. I'm going to Rekka. Down forward punch, Rekka. Now, here's a little interesting thing. How about crouch short super with Ken? That's actually a pretty good one that I would like to do. But what happens here is there's a window after you do quarter circle forward motion. After I finish it, there's a small window when I hit the punch button. It's going to cause me to Rekka. And then there's then after that, if I wait too long, obviously I'm not going to Rekka. I'm just going to come out with Standing Fierce. Like this, right? Because the super motion can be preserved a lot longer than special move codes, you can reach the window. You can actually do the quarter circle forward motion and wait long enough so that the window to activate the Rekka disappears, but the window to continue the motion and keep the super going and keep the game registering the super motion is still active. This is kind of really confusing sounding, but let me see if I can show you an example of this. So let's see. Oh gosh, this is so hard. And I love it too because you can do this with Ken as well. This is a trick with Ken, and NKI, who's another execution master, has basically said that this is super easy to do. So he's definitely the Super Turbo master in this game. That was close. So basically what I'm trying to do is quarter circle forward, delay the next quarter. So basically quarter circle forward, delay my Fierce Punch long enough so that I don't come out with Rekka. And as soon as I hit that Fierce Punch, do another quarter circle forward plus punch. And that is actually how that's going to cancel. Now, the window for being able to do that, so that I can hit Fierce and not activate Rekka, and still be able to do quarter circle forward and hit Fierce again to activate the super, probably about 1 to 2 frames. It's a really, really difficult combo, but a lot of the top players in Japan have gotten good enough that they can actually do it consistently, and whether or not I could actually do it ever here is going to be very suspect. I've done it with Ken before, but I've never done it with Fei Long, to be honest with you. Alright, let me try the other side. The whiteboard. You guys need the whiteboard. Yes, I admit I should probably have busted out the whiteboard for this. Wow. So what's happening is when I'm actually hitting quarter circle forward and punch, if I come out with the Rekka, I know I'm doing the Rekka too fast. That's just the way it works. I know I'm hitting the button a little bit too early. So that was good. That was good. That's good. That's good. That's good. That was too early. So basically, again, you have to learn this rhythm, and it's really hard. This is actually really hard to do. Because you have to enter the second fireball plus fierce for the super really, really fast. I don't know, like I said, it's going to be really suspect whether or not I can actually do this on stream for you guys unless I sit here and try for like 15 minutes, which might get boring after a while, but somehow I have a funny feeling a lot of you guys are going to be like, oh, I really want to sit here until he actually does it, so... Interesting. Wow, I'm delaying that so much and it's still coming out, interestingly enough. Oof. This is when it'd be nice if I had NKI here to help me show me how to do this. Let me see if I can do it with Ken. Let me see if I can do it with Ken real quick. Because I know I can do it with Ken. I've done it with Ken before.
Round one, fight!
Oops, let's see if I can do this. Yeah, there it is. Little short, super. Okay. So the window for the Hadouken is a little bit longer, so it's actually a little bit trickier. Let's see here. See, every time I come out with the fireball, that's a little too early. So too early to hit the button. Okay, that was good, but I just didn't do the code fast enough there. Yeah, this one's actually really difficult as well. I really wish you guys could see the input in here, but apparently this is not going to, you're not going to be able to see that. Alright, let's try the other side really quick. I mean, the best thing about it is you'll see in tournaments where like someone like a player like Anakin, who's a really strong Ken player, knocks someone dizzy and then he just does it right away. He just walks up and just does it. And it's just like, really? Really, you're just gonna do that? Let's see if I can do this. Wow. Well, maybe I'll try this at the end of the stream so that not everybody has to sit there and watch this all day. And then I'll try to go and do one of the other ones first, so that we can try those out. Because this one probably is the hardest one. So thanks, Muffin Man, for giving me this one to do. It's super appreciated, man. Show us Johnny combos. God, I wish I could. I love Guilty Gear so much fun. I'm so out of touch on my combos. Oof. Oh, that should have been it. Yeah. All right. Let me go and let me do the third strike one just to show you guys another example. Sanchez is the one who actually sent this one into me. He really wanted me to show people how to do. He wanted me to show how to do standing strong into boomerang raid in third strike, and this one is very related. It's a very similar kind of thing. So let's go to Street Fighter 3 instead. Street Fighter. Where's my Street Fighter 3? Did I just miss it? Hyper Fighting, Street Fighter 4. Dude, where is my Street Fighter 3? I'm so confused right now. I know I have it in here somewhere. What the heck do they call it in this thing? Why can I not? Why is my Street Fighter 3 not here? Do I have to re-download it or something like that?
We just played it there a few years ago.
Right, exactly. It was just here. This is really...
You passed it.
Did they?
SF3 Online Edition.
Oh, is that what it's called?
It's
Oh, it's called SF3. There we go. Not Street Fighter 3. Good stuff. Good stuff. Xbox Live menu owning me for free. Monkey Island, yes. Monkey Island is the greatest game. In Walking Dead, if you guys haven't played the Walking Dead game, you guys should, but there was one of the achievements that you could get in Walking Dead called You Fight Like a Dairy Farmer, and I just started dying. I just thought that was the greatest thing ever, and you wouldn't get that unless you've played Monkey Island before, so... So let's do training mode here, normal training. Let's do Alex, Boomerang Raid. Now, one of the things that you're going to have to... One of the things that about these games, about fighting games canceling into Super, for example, I mean, we talked about, for example, when I was doing the Super Turbo one, when you want to cancel into the Super, you could do a quarter circle forward motion, and in the first quarter circle forward motion, hit a button, and then finish the first motion, do a second quarter circle, and hit the button. So, for example, if I wanted to combo low jab into Super, that's something simple to do. But as a lot of times, Alex may need to cancel standing strong into Super just to maximize damage. So, what's the shortcut? Can I do something like quarter circle forward, medium punch, quarter circle forward, quarter circle forward, medium punch, followed by quarter circle forward punch? No, because if I try to do that, the first quarter circle forward punch is going to make me do a flash chop instead. That would work with standing forward, for example, because standing forward, quarter circle forward plus kick does not cause a special move to come out. So I could do fireball medium kick into fireball punch. Very easy to do, but that's not going to happen with close stand strong into Boomerang Raid. So what's the secret of getting close stand strong into Boomerang Raid like that? To be honest with you, the sad truth really comes down to the fact that there is really no secret to it. It really just comes down to doing it as fast as humanly possible. Now, there's a few things that you can actually do to aid you in this situation. Oh, jeez. I have more trouble doing this facing right than I do facing left, to be honest. So, the nice thing about this is that there actually is a way to help you with this. Basically, let's cancel into Flash Chop. Alright? Listen to my button presses again. So you hear dot pop, 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 and I'm going into that Bill Cosby thing again. Pop, pop, right? You can hear it. Dot, dot, pop, 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 pop. That's the rhythm that I'm doing right there. Pop, 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 pop. So, the thing about it is, you really aren't going to cancel at any other time except so whenever you buffer a normal move into a special move, there's only a small window in which you can buffer the normal move, right? No matter what, if I take a little bit longer, I'm not even going to cancel into the regular flash chop if I wait too long. But if I wait there's actually a timing in which I can cancel it late enough that you see that it doesn't even connect as a combo there. So there is a window. You can see that I can cancel it right away, and there's also a window in which I can cancel it a little bit later so it doesn't combo. And there's also just too late, in which nothing will come out at all. Your job when you want to cancel a standing move into a super is you have to understand that there is that rhythm timing. So listen to that timing again. That's the timing right there, right? So no matter how long the motion is for the move you're trying to cancel into, that is going to be the exact same rhythm for the button presses. That rhythm that you hear, bop, 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 is going to be the same timing as when I want to do a super. So the only thing that you can do is do the super motion as fast as you can after you hit the standing medium punch. And make sure you get it out in time. So hard. Let's try that one more time. Oops. Wow, that was awesome. See? And right there was a great example. I tried to do the motion slower so that I could make sure I got the motion, but then now I did it too slow, so you're not going to be able to get it into that rhythm that I was talking about. You always want to get it into that rhythm timing. Maybe I do it better on the other side. Oh, I guess I do. Okay, so I do supers better on that direction than I do in the other direction. So that's just one of the things that you're just going to have to learn about this. Now, the interesting thing is that I've always found that stand attacks into supers through this method, which is hitting the button and then doing the motion as fast as you can, is a lot easier on pad than it is on joystick. The pads have a smaller, you don't have to move the controller as much. It's much easier to get because the motion is so much smaller, you can actually do it a lot faster. And that's actually one of the tricks to being able to do this, is if you can minimize the motion as much as possible. So what you want to do, for example, is try not to wheel around the joystick too badly. Try your best to do the motion as quickly and as minutely as possible. Interesting. I always thought I did supers better facing the other way. I guess not. Okay. But there you go. There's a perfect example of that, on how to do that. So there's no trick, unfortunately. You just have to do it as fast as possible. But always remember your cancel window. You have to obey the cancel window. You cannot... There are some exceptions, but let's not get into that, because then that just confuses people. But for the most part, when you want to cancel something, you have to obey the cancel window. You cannot cheat the cancel window. So no matter what you want to try to do, you cannot do the super motion slow. You have to listen to the button timing again. That's just going to be too slow. The timing has to be like that. So, if you want to cancel it into the super, you just have to make sure you hit it within that window. And like I said, the only thing you can really do to that is just practice until it works. And obviously I have trouble doing it towards the right, but I can do it facing toward... Oh, I'm sorry, I have trouble when I'm on the right, but trying to do it when I'm on the left, I can do it a lot better. So, okay, so there's that one right there. I'm going to take a break. When I come back, I'm going to try a combo that I've never done before, and we'll see how that goes. Alright, I'll be right back. Hey guys, I have a special guest here. David really wants to show standing 720. Ah, there you go.
Basically, all you do is carrot cancel. So I'm doing I would say like 360 and then half of another one, and then starting to drum, and it's fierce, strong jab. And if you note, if you see the character, he actually has the fierce out for like a couple frames, and you cancel the fierce into the 720. It's actually pretty easy. I bet you can do it. But I can still do it.
That's rough. Let me try. That's rough, dude. So you're actually kind of like doing a plinking with that?
It's just piano. Spin a little bit more first. I mean, there isn't like a huge trick to it. You gotta spin the stick really fast, but yeah. Anyway, that's all. Yay, I can do it still.
I've never done this before. I've never tried, to be honest with you. Alright, I'll try it another time. Anyways, spin that butter, David. Spin that butter. Alrighty, so I'm going to go into another combo here. This is the kind of stuff that I want. I want people to give me combos that I cannot do, well, that will challenge me, because I want to show how I learn combos alongside everybody else. So this combo that I'm going to do here right now, this is going to be interesting. Okay, dokie, let's see if I can do this here. I am going to do an Elizabeth combo in Persona, a game that I barely know much at all. So, here we go. This is the combo that I was asked to do. It was Elizabeth's elevator combo, which is one of the combos where you go into the tornado and then in the air, but you bring them back down, and then you can keep comboing afterwards. So, this is going to be fun. Alright, so I am not familiar with elevator combos at all. At all. So, I am going to basically be learning this combo from scratch. And the combo that I have here listed for me is 5 AA, so neutral AA, neutral B, then crouching sweep. Let me make sure my buttons are configured properly. Okay, cool. She walks so funny. So it's going to be neutral AA, neutral B. Oops. There it is. Into sweep. After the sweep, do 2 quarter circle forward C plus D. So this move right here. And oh boy, here we go. So basically what you're supposed to do is go up and back down. And then once you come back down, you have to do quarter circle forward D. Quarter circle forward D? Let's see, what is that? Of course, I'm not used to the Persona, the number notation. I've never been good at number notation. 2, 3, 6, D. Is that actually a combo? Yeah, see, that's just D, right? Yeah, so what is... Do you do something in the air with this? Oh. Alright, guys, help me out here. Do I do the elevator combo into the air one? So let's see, am I supposed to do, for example, like this and then into shoot him with the laser there? Because that seems a little crazy there. 2, 3, 6, D and then hit 2. So it's 9 to 2, 2, 3, 6, D, 2. Where is it? Interesting. My buttons might be effed up. Oh yeah, you guys are right. Weak and strong. There we go. Okay. My bad. Quarter circle forward. I see. So I'm supposed to do this into another one of those? So I have to go basically up, back down into another one of these things? Is that what it is? Alright, let's try that out then. So basically it's this, into this, and then followed into another one. Now, the question is, do I get it up and then do the ground one? Ah, okay. So I do the one that's in the air and then the one that's on the ground. Gotcha. So like this, and then bring him back down and then juggle him with a stand 5A and then a stand C. Okay, so that's it right there. Alright, so let's see if we can learn this game here. Let's see if we can learn this combo. So it's going to be A, B, sweep into this, into follow-up, and then, okay, just like that. Well, alright, that's cool. Alright, see you guys later. Okay, so, no, let's figure out how this works here. So, the key thing right now here, what you guys want to learn about practicing combos like this. A lot of times, you know, you've got this great setup here. This is how you start it, right? A, B, sweep into this move, and then etc., right? What you want to do is you want to eliminate as much of the difficult part as possible. I mean, as you want to isolate the problem. So the problem really comes down to is doing the elevator combo itself, right? Is doing this part and then getting the juggle afterwards. Now, you want to make sure that you're always kind of in... this is a lot trickier in games with hit stun deterioration. So in a game like this, you might not be able to skip it, but for the most part, I'm starting with this into sweep. If you notice, sweep into my tornado move here. Kelly's going to be so mad at me because I don't know the name of this move. But this tornado move here, when it connects, because it's off the sweep, I'm popping them up a little bit higher into the air. So I can't start practice just by doing this part right here. I have to start the practice from the sweep, because the sweep is actually affecting height and character position. So now the question is, how do I actually get to the point where Garudine, okay, thank you, Sanchez, the Garudine. So the question is, how am I going to do this consistently? I did it once, and I got lucky, and I just did it again, but how am I going to make sure I do this consistently? What am I trying to learn here that is going to help me get this to go? So let's take a look at this. The important thing to learn about how to do a combo right is to learn how to do a combo wrong. Figure out what doesn't work. So what I'm going to do here is sweep into the special one and then hold up the entire time and just guide myself into the opponent. And then after I'm done, I'm going to do another one. So obviously if I hold up the entire time, that's not going to work. So I have to kind of calm down a little bit, let him fall back down like that, right? I've got to guide Liz so that she kind of stops. Because if I go too far high up, I'm not going to be able to connect that part there. So the other thing to figure out is, why does this work? How does this combo work? So here, what do I mean by how does this combo work? Let's think about this for a second. When I did get it to actually connect, why was I able to do that? Why was I able to do that? The key to that is, if you watched really carefully, on the second Garudine, the opponent dummy is actually bouncing off one last hit. So I'll do this. Go, and then another one. You see how there's that last bounce right there? That's what you're aiming for. That's what you're trying to get. And if you can't get that last bounce, you're not going to do this combo. So in other words, if I do something like this, let's see if I can get this. So if I don't get that last bounce, I'm not going to be doing this combo here at all. So the key really comes down to is now, how do I make sure they bounce off of me? And so once you start figuring that out, now you want to figure out what it is that lets them bounce off it like that. So it seems to me the trick to this is really just going up and then knowing how long to hold up before you start hitting down. So if I hold straight up, do you see how much momentum she picks up? That's not what you want to see happen. What you actually want to do here is go up. So what I'm doing is holding up for a little bit and then letting go. And see how she slows down a little bit at the top? So that's what I'm doing right now. That's the timing that I've given myself. I'm going to hold up for a little bit and let go. So if I do this move and hold up, see how fast she goes up? But if I hold up a little bit and let go, she kind of comes to a stop at the top. So I'm going to do it and let go, and then I get the bounce. So basically, after I hold up and let go, I follow up with another quarter circle forward plus D, and then I just hold straight down. So let's see. Okay, perfect. They bounced off of it like that. So now what I'm starting to learn here is I'm trying to simplify it as much as I can. So I'm just going to hold straight up and straight down and see what happens. So what happens is you see that he kind of gets pushed away. So not good really. So you probably have to guide yourself a little bit into him before you, without just holding straight up. So kind of slide into him a little bit like that. So let's try that again. Slide into him and then come down, get the... Okay, no bounce there. Okay, so now here's the question is, why is this not working? Because it kind of feels like what I was doing before. And it's really about consistency in combo. You really want to do it consistently. Because if you can get it a couple of times and not every time, there's really honestly no point in doing the combo. You want to be able to do it consistently in battle. Otherwise, there's no point to it. So what I'm going to guess here is, just because I've done combos a lot in the past, I need to keep them low to the ground. That's the key to this elevator combo. Remember how I said if I held up too much, I bounced him too high? And see how what happens is that he's so high up that when he comes falling down, he flips before he can land, or my Gyarados actually runs out before he gets a chance to bounce. So what I'm guessing now is that I'm too high up off the ground. So I'm going to hold up a little bit less than I was before. And now I get the bounce, and now I get the follow-up that way. So that's actually one of the big keys to this combo. Do not hold up for too long. And you might be able to hold up for a little bit longer as long as you hit down afterwards. Ooh, interesting. Okay, I really like this. Hang on a second. If you notice what just happened there, I held up and then down, and then I did another Gyarados on the ground. And I couldn't juggle because what happened was it hit too deep and the bounce still did not occur. Now there's another okay, so I talked about learning all the ways that the combo doesn't work. So there's another example right there of why the combo does not work. And the reason why the combo is not working is because I'm actually staying too low to the ground. So there's actually such a thing as a too low to the ground. So what happens is you don't pop them up high enough so that you cannot get the second Gyarados into combo. So what you have to do is make sure you bring them up high enough, like this, and then do the second one, get them to bounce off of it, now I can get the juggle. Alright, so I hope that actually helps a little bit. But that's kind of a way to do it. Just learn to practice those different timings and keep in mind what makes it work. Because you can know it works, but if you don't know why it works, you're never going to be able to accomplish it. So the reason why this works is that bounce right there. That bounce off of the second Gyarados is key. So just keep practicing this until you can get it consistent so they bounce off of it like that. You just need to get them to bounce off as late as possible, and once you do that, you're going to be able to do Elizabeth's combo a lot more consistently. And then once you go from there, now you start practicing with the setup that you had before. And see, what's going to happen is your muscle memory is going to give you problems at first, like it's doing for me right now, and that's okay. That's fine. That's part of learning combos. But see, the important thing was you learn how to do this part first so that you can get to the point where once you actually put the whole thing together, that it helps. And I keep forgetting to EX it here. Yay! There we go. So there you go. So that's how you're going to be able to do that combo right there. Alright, I hope that helps a little bit. One thing I do want to mention, though, is that in his email, the person who asked me for this asked me a question. He just basically said that, when he's trying to learn a simple combo like a B&B, even if he does it 100 times in training mode before going online, I'll end up slipping back into the old combo. So he's got this really easy combo that he can do. He's got a more complex combo that perhaps does more damage. And he'll practice that harder combo over and over and over again. But then when he gets into the actual combat, for some unknown reason, he isn't able to use that combo. He just instinctively goes back to the simpler combo. And what I said to him was, though, basically the reason why you revert back to safer combos is because you're trying too hard to win. But more importantly, you're too scared to lose. You don't want to drop your combo. You want to connect it so badly that you just automatically go to the easier combo because you're like, oh, you know what, if I try the harder one, I'm going to drop it and I'm going to lose. One of the things that I've always liked to say is that phrase, don't play to win, play to learn. When you play online, play to learn. And so go for the harder combo. Even if you drop it, it doesn't matter. If you drop it and you die and you lose because of it, don't worry about it. Don't get discouraged. Try it again. Try it again. And keep trying it until you start getting more accustomed to it. The example I gave was the Sako combo with Cammy. I could not land that in a real match because it was just super hard. It's like 2-frame, 1-frame links all over the place, and I was really scared to try it. But at some point in time, I just said, you know what? I'm just going to keep doing it. Every opportunity I have, I'm going to go for the Sako combo. And I just kept trying it. I just kept trying it, even though it caused me to lose some of the matches that I was playing, even though it would cause me to lose some rounds. I kept trying, and eventually you get so accustomed to trying it, it starts to feel like you are in training mode. You have that familiarity with it. You have that comfort with it. And then you will start connecting it in battles. And you always want to have it in mind. Okay, I hit you with the focus crumple. I'm going to go for the Sako combo. I knocked you dizzy. I'm going to go for the Sako combo. This is the kind of thing that you need to do, is train yourself to go for these harder combos in matches. Obviously, if you're in a tournament and you're playing for money, yeah, go back to the tried and trues. But if you're playing online, you're playing casual with friends, go for the harder combos and be okay with failing the combos. Don't get mad at yourself. Just go for it. So that was the advice that I gave to him for that. All right, I'll be right back, guys, after one last break. All right, guys, welcome back to First Attack. Again, sorry it's so late for everybody, but I had some obligations to take care of, so I decided to do this just as a execution episode. Again, if you guys want some more help, I mean, I skipped a whole bunch of Street Fighter stuff. I did it on purpose because I wanted to put them all in the one episode and have this episode be the one where I switch between all the different games here. But if you do have some execution that you would like to have me help with, a perfect example of this is that in Marvel, someone asked me for help with Ryu's multi-fireball, quarter circle forward plus S. So you can actually do a combo where you do crouching M, stand H, throw out all of the fireballs, cancel into Denjin mode, and combo afterwards. And he really wanted to perfect that combo down, so he came over. I helped him get that a little bit more consistently. I've helped him also get the double Denjin combo in the air with Ryu at the end of an air combo as well. So, if you have combos that you're having trouble with and that you'd like for me to try to help you out with, please email something to ultrachentv@gmail.com with the subject line of Execution Corner. Again, I also have the other segment, the Why Are Fighting Games Hard? And I really want to start answering some of those questions, but it might be a couple of episodes before I get into that. But I've been getting some great questions so far. I mean, great statements to me from people on why they think it's hard. Stuff that I never even thought about because I've been playing fighting games for so long. So I really am enjoying those. Send those also, UltraChenTV at gmail.com. And, of course, there's the classic Ask jchensor, where you can ask me anything about community, ask me anything about strategy, ask me anything about anything that has to do with the fighting game community. And if you really feel like it, it doesn't even have to do with the fighting game community. So that's about it for today. Thanks, everybody, for being up so late and watching this. I know it's super late for a lot of you East Coast guys out there, but oh yeah, and definitely take some time to check out our new website. We have UltraChenTV.com set up now. It's bare bones. The coolest part about it is, honestly, is that it is now going to be an outlet for me and David to talk about a lot of things that we want. There's been a lot of times that me and David are just like, dude, I want to write an article about this, or I just want to write this dumb little blurb about something. We have our outlet now, so you can imagine there's going to be a lot of little waxing about, hey, this is kind of a weird strategy, I notice. Anybody can do anything funny with this? You know, in the blog section of the website and such. You can also find all the archives for all of our old shows. You can even watch this live there as well. If there's anything else you'd love to see on the website, let us know. Give us feedback. Again, UltraChenTV at gmail.com. But check that website out, guys. And thanks again, and I will see everybody tomorrow for the Tuesday show. Peace out.